All right, hear me out. Did you know that the average office worker spends 90,000 hours sitting at their desk, staring at their screen, hunched over the keyboard, typing away, doing the casual 9 to 5? Now, if you're not preparing yourself and staying healthy, you can be setting yourself up for long-term health problems, okay? Now, I don't want you to get all scared because that's why you're watching this video. Today, I'm gonna give you 4 different tips that I do on a day-to-day to help me stay more energized, more focused, and just become a better employee. And the best part is these are not crazy routines. You don't need to have some crazy morning routine. You don't have to schedule it before or after work. These tips are easily able to be integrated into your day-to-day, so you can just do them within your 9 to 5 without doing any extra work. So stick around for the 4. I'm sure you'll find them very useful. Okay, so picture this. Here's the first tip. Prevent yourself from eating sugary snacks and drinking sugary drinks, okay? Imagine yourself going through your normal workday, everything's going good, and you start feeling in a little bit of a slog. You get that brain fog. You have the hunger pains. You're on a constant hunger loop. And why is that? You might be thinking, well, the workload is so much. There's so much I have to do. And then you realize, wait a second, it's because I'm drinking all these Cokes and Sprites and snacks, and trust me, in the pantry that I work at, and if you're watching this video, it's funny, I just said the pantry I work at. I don't work at a pantry, but in the place that I work, and what I was gonna say is if you're watching this video, you probably work at a company that has such a pantry. There are snacks of all types, okay? I'm talking about Tostitos that have the actual dip. There's like popcorn snacks and pretzels. There's the rice cakes. There's like instant oatmeal, and it's all tasty. I mean, it's so easy to get up and get one of these things and go back to your desk. But have you ever thought that maybe that's the reason you're just not being very productive? Think about it, right? What are these sugary drinks doing for you? They're not really doing a lot. And like I said, you're gonna get that brain fog. You're gonna get these constant hunger pains, this hunger loop, because these are not satisfying. Your body doesn't really know what to do with all this sugar. It doesn't really enjoy it. It's not fulfilling. It's not satisfying like Whole Foods would be, right? So what I want you to do is try to limit the amount of these sugary drinks and sugary snacks. And it's very simple, okay? What I like to do is I never bite more than I can chew, no pun intended in biting. But what I do is, let's say I am very used to having 3 snacks a day and 3 sugary drinks a day, okay? I'm not gonna just show up tomorrow to work and cut everything off immediately because I just know that's not gonna work, okay? I need to start small. So maybe this week what I tell myself is, hey, I'm just gonna cut down on one of these things, okay? And it might just be the snacks or it might just be the drinks. It doesn't have to be both. So maybe this week I'm gonna have 2 snacks a day, but I'll still stick to 3 sugary drinks a day, right? And then maybe next week I get a little bit better and I say, you know, it's easier for me to get rid of the snacks, but man, I really love these drinks. So let me just reduce the amount of snacks by another one. Now I'm just having 1 snack a day, okay? And before you know it, now you're having no snacks a day and now you gotta focus your attention to the drinks. So you see what I've done, right? However long it takes you to adapt this habit, just keep at it. You don't have to go from 0 to hero in a single day. Just start off where you know you can succeed. You want it to be slightly out of your comfort zone, but not so much that you're gonna be discouraged. So again, really focus and sit down and ask yourself, how many sugary snacks and drinks am I having every single day? And be real with yourself, okay? If you're having 3, cut it down by 1 every single week, and the same with the sugary drinks, okay? And here's some other things that you can do. If your pantry does happen to have healthy snacks, like we used to have hummus and carrot sticks in our pantry, like way back when, those are okay snacks to have. You know, obviously everything in moderation. You're not gonna be loading up on carrots all day and hummus. It's not gonna be good for you, just like the sugary drinks and the sugary snacks, but at least it's a step in the right direction. If you can replace even one of those sugary snacks with a healthier option, maybe like yogurt, for example. They also have yogurt in the pantry in the place that I work at. These are the right things you should be doing. And something else you could be doing is drinking water. A lot of times when we feel hungry, that's really just a way for our body to tell us, hey, I want water. So next time you have one of these hunger pains or you're really in the mood to get a sugary snack, just go and get some water, drink that water, and I promise you, you might actually feel a little bit full. And it might be interesting, you may have never felt this way before, but water can actually be very filling, believe it or not. Have 1 glass of water and you'll see how much that does for you, and all of a sudden the hunger goes away and you didn't even have a snack. And better yet, you hydrated yourself, okay? So it's already a lot better. And finally, the last thing I would recommend for you to do is wait before you make the decision. There's like a common saying that's like, when you really wanna buy something, sit on it for like a day, right? Say you wanna buy a new TV and you're like, oh, I really want it because I wanna watch the game or I wanna play this new video game. And you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna wait for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll make that decision. And then tomorrow comes around and you realize, you know what, I already have a great TV and now I just saved myself hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars, depending on the type of gamer or sports fan that you are. I know all of us have been there. We love expensive TVs. Trust me, I'm in there as well. So these are some 3 things that you can do that I think are just gonna help you stop eating these sugary snacks. I mean, if you think about how many you're having every single day, plus the sugary drinks, and by the way, with the sugary drinks, even if you go to a diet option, that's already gonna do wonders for your body. So that's a very easy hack right there. Go from the sugary one, like go from the Coke to the Diet Coke, the Pepsi to Diet Pepsi, Sprite to Diet Sprite, so on and so forth. I promise you, without a doubt, you will feel better, you will feel more productive, and you'll probably, just feel more, you'll feel healthier. You'll probably lose weight, people will start noticing, and then you can start sort of evangelizing this and telling people, hey, let's stick away from these snacks. They're not doing us any good. I mean, think about how much time we spend at work, like I said in the beginning, right? 90,000 hours. Some of us spend more time at work than we even spend with our families, and if you're spending that time eating junk, you're gonna feel like junk. The next one on my list is actually one of my favorite ones. This is one of my top 2 favorite ones actually, and it's very simple. Drink more water. Okay, water is just one of those things that everyone knows that they need, but yet it's so hard to consume because honestly, it's just boring. Okay, but you need to set up a framework. I know earlier I said I'm not going to make you set up any of these frameworks or anything, but the good thing is that this framework is going to fall within your 9 to 5. You're not going to need to go crazy doing anything, above and beyond. It's a very simple framework, and this is how you're going to start drinking more water. Okay, we all know what water does for us. We feel a lot better. A lot of times we have eye strain or we have headaches. Our body hurts, and we just feel like by drinking water, all of a sudden we feel amazing. I mean, something so simple, so basic can work wonders for our body, and this is exactly what I want you to do, all right? So take note of this. If you split up your workday into 3 major sections, okay? You have the before lunch period, you have the lunch period, and then you have the after lunch period. So let's take a classic 9 to 5 schedule. Before lunch, you have 9 to 12. During lunch, you have 12 to 1. And then after lunch, you have 1 to 5. What I want you to do is I want you to start at a baseline of 3 cups a day. Now, at the place that I work, the cups are pretty big. I don't know the ounces, but they're pretty big cups. Even if you have small cups for your work, the same rule applies. Pick a baseline like 3 cups. And you tell yourself, I'm gonna have 1 cup in the 3 hours before lunch. Anyone can manage 1 cup 3 hours before lunch, okay? You have 3 hours to drink 1 cup. And then during lunch, you're gonna have 1 more cup, right? That's a little bit harder, let's say, but most people like to drink something as they eat. And then the easiest one is after lunch because now you have 4 hours for 1 cup, okay? And there are some people, and this was me before I ever set up this framework, that didn't drink water at all, okay? So I went from drinking like 1 cup a day maybe to at least drinking 3. I mean, think about how much that did for me, right? I felt stronger in the gym. I felt more productive. I was more energized. I was able to talk more fluently and interact with people, and everything just kind of fell into place, okay? So let's revisit that. 1 cup before lunch, 1 cup during lunch, 1 cup after lunch. And then in the same way that we sort of progressively overload, this is a concept I thought about. If you are into the gym, you know about progressive overload. We're gonna progressively overload on the amount of cups of water that we drink. So pick one of the time slots. The easiest one is probably the one after lunch because you have 4 hours to drink X amount of cups, right? You say, okay, I'm gonna increase it now by 1, so I'm drinking 4 cups a day. I mean, that's a good amount, 4 cups a day. Right? I think the recommended amount is 8 the last time I checked. It depends on the gender for men and women, but I think it's like 8 cups a day for men, maybe 6 for women. Now, I'll put up a statistic here whenever I actually get the real number. But anyway, 4 cups a day is way better than a lot of us are doing. And you know it, if you're watching the video, you know how many cups of water you're drinking every single day, okay? So now you're doing 2 cups after lunch, and that's very easy because you have 4 hours to do it. I mean, 4 hours to drink 2 cups, that's not too much, right? You just gotta leave it next to you, make sure you're taking a sip every couple of minutes, right? And don't get me wrong, sometimes I forget. And you know what I do in the last like 5 minutes? I'll literally just chug because I really wanna get to that cup of water. I really wanna hit that milestone. So that's a very simple framework that you can set. Again, I'm not asking you to do anything before work. I'm not asking you to do anything after work, right? This is all within the confines of your 9 to 5. Makes it very easy for you to integrate. Right? We already talked about the snacks. You can do all that within your work, and now we're talking about water. Pick an amount you want to drink before lunch, pick an amount you want to drink during lunch, and then pick an amount you want to drink after lunch. And I just promise you, you will feel so much better. And all your friends are going to look at you and say, you are drinking so much water. I mean, don't you have to go to the bathroom so much? And you probably will realize that you will have to go to the bathroom because that happens to me a lot. And sometimes it's a little embarrassing because it happens during meetings, but at least that's a better problem to have than being dehydrated. So anyway, let's get to the next tip. All right, This next one is one I'm very, very happy to talk about because it is my number one hack for physical health, okay? It will improve your general health, it will help with weight loss, and it will also improve your physical strength, and that is none other than, you guessed it, walking, okay? Something that we all do all the time, and I'm sure, nowadays I feel like walking is talked about way more than I feel like it ever has been, but for a very important reason. There's just so many benefits to walking that we really can't get with anything else that's that easy to do, okay? And I wanna give you, just like I said, just like I did with the water, I'm gonna give you a very easy framework to follow. This is not gonna require that you wake up earlier and go on a 5-mile walk, or after work, set up time to go on a walk. It's not gonna require any of that. You can do this in your normal day-to-day. Again, easy tips to integrate into your day-to-day life. That's what we're talking about today. This is how we're gonna do it, okay? When you get to work, think about how you're walking today, right? Most people park close to their building, they walk inside, they take the elevator, and that's it. You can already spot a couple of different things that happen there, right? You parked close to the building, you don't have to walk that much. You take the elevator, you don't have to use the stairs. You, during lunch, do what? You sit down with your friends, you don't do anything, you socialize, which is very good, but you don't walk, you're sedentary. So here's a framework you can follow, and it's something that I do, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I do it, and this is how I'm able to average around 8,000 steps a day. Okay, typically it ranges from 7,500 to 8,000. 10,000 seems to be like the epic top tier, but that is a little bit more complicated. That's something that I generally get on the weekends, maybe on weeknights if I decide to go on a walk with my wife, but that's like after, and that's just something that I like to do. But during work, just during work, I'm able to get around 7,500 to 8,000 steps, and this is how. Okay, when I get to my job, I have a parking garage. Now, if you have a parking garage, here's one easy thing you can do, okay? Park at the highest floor before it goes outside. And I say before it goes outside because a lot of us probably just don't want to get sun damage in the car. We don't want to get the car, make the car too overheated. And if you want to do that, I mean, go for it. That's going to give you one extra flight of stairs. But if you just go to the one right below outside, for me, that's the 5th floor. I purposely park on the 5th floor so I can walk down 5 flights of stairs, okay? And then I walk to my office building. So if you have a parking garage, that's one thing you can do. Park at the highest floor before it goes outside, just for comfort, and then walk down the stairs. Think about it. If you're on the 5th floor like I am, I'm already getting 10 flights of stairs right there because I have to walk down 5 flights of stairs in the morning, and then when I'm done for the day, I go back up 5. That's 10 right there, okay? Think about that. For all the people that have a parking garage, think about that stat right there. Now, if you don't have a parking garage, park a little bit further than you normally do. A lot of us, like you go to a big box store or at work, we spend so long trying to find the perfect parking. It's like half an hour just to park right next to the door. Sometimes that's great. I get it. I've been there. I love parking right next to the door if I'm in a rush. But now at work, I'm being very intentional about where I park. For me in the parking garage, I park on top. If you have a parking lot, just park far. I'm not saying in the beginning park a mile away, but like tomorrow, if you're watching this video tomorrow, just park a little bit further. Park like 5 spots further and walk a little bit more. And I promise you that energy that you're getting, you're getting the sun on you, you're warming up a little bit, you're getting the body moving, you will feel better. You're gonna be more productive than all your friends. You're gonna go in there with a fresh mind, just able to like tackle the day just like that, okay? 2 things you've done so far, and guess what? When you get into the building, unless you work in a 1-story building, don't take the elevator. Take the stairs, okay? That's another easy way to get more steps in on your day. I know it's crazy. You don't wanna be the person that takes the stairs, but honestly, who cares? Like, you will just feel a lot better, and that over a long period of time will get you results. Your legs will become more toned. You might even improve your cardiovascular health. You might even lose a little bit of weight. You will just feel better. You'll feel stronger, okay? For me, I work on the 5th floor, right? And anytime I leave, like when I get to the office building, I go up 5. Let's say during lunch when I come down to do my lunch walk, which I'll get to in a moment, that's another 5. So if you remember the 10 flights of stairs I took in the morning, I got another 10 right now, just going down after lunch and back up after lunch, right? After my walk, my lunch walk. That's 20 flights of stairs right there. Okay, and that's just for free. I didn't have to go to the gym. I didn't schedule some extra time. I didn't do this crazy routine. That's just for free. Okay, and then after work, what do? I use the stairs. I go back down, right? And then what do? I go to the garage. I go up the 5 flights of stairs that I came down in the morning. That's another 10, right? 5 for going down after work, another 5 for going up after work. That's 30 flights of stairs in a day. If you take someone that climbs stairs, 0 flights of stairs in a day, and you take them to 30 flights of stairs every single day, You will absolutely see a difference in your step count, your energy levels, your strength, just everything. Your body will feel better. You will be able to tackle every single aspect of your life better. I guarantee it. Just try it out. And that's a very important thing, right? Try it out. Maybe you just pick one of those. Do I want to take the stairs in the office? Do I want to do the parking garage thing? Or do I want to do the parking lot thing? I'm just going to try one of these for the week. So maybe I park far in the parking lot, but then I'll take the elevator. And that's okay, because at least you're still walking more, right? And after a while, you get used to it and you say, you know what? I think I'm ready for the stairs now. And now here's the best thing. During lunch, your lunch walk, right? A lot of you walking, if you work in a career, you have a professional career, you probably have an hour that you can take for your lunch, okay? And what do a lot of us do during lunchtime? We sometimes get our lunch and we take it right back to our desk, or we get our lunch, we get our friends, and we sit down for a whole hour and don't do anything. We socialize. I'm highlighting that again because that is very important. But you know what you can do? The next time we're with your friends, just ask them, hey, do you guys want to go on a walk? We can have the same conversation, but we can just go on a walk, right? So now you're sort of starting this new trend where you're getting your friends, you guys are all going out for a walk and you're feeling better, you're feeling stronger, you're getting sun on you. I mean, there's a lack of vitamin D in people nowadays, right? That's like a statistic I've been reading about. I've seen it. People are lacking vitamin D. They don't get enough sun. That's a very easy way to get sun. Just go out during your lunch hour. Just do this, right? So now, let's say that you don't want to go with your friends, right? But you still want to do the lunch walk. What I like to do is I just eat lunch a little bit faster. So for my hour lunch, I can eat lunch in like 15 minutes. That gives me 45 minutes to walk, okay? That's where I get the bulk of my steps. And here's a hidden hack for you all. Your lunch walk could be such an important walk. How many things can you do on a lunch walk, right? Maybe you can refresh your mind. You can reset your mind so that you come back to your second half of the day that much more prepared, right? You took a break, you reset yourself, now you can go in a lot stronger, right? Or maybe you take that time to prepare your next move. I had a friend that switched companies, and you know where he did most of his studying? During lunch, right? He didn't socialize with friends. He knew what was important to him. He used that time to study and get himself to the next level. And for him, that meant switching companies, right? Or you can do something really cool, like you can listen to a podcast. You can learn something new. You can listen to an audiobook. You can call your best friend. You can call your parents. So many benefits, right? Now we're not just talking about physical benefits. We're talking about relationships, social benefits. Look how much walking can do for you on top of just the physical benefits. I mean, there's so much here. I hope you guys are taking this in, because there's a lot you can do. So many ways that you can change your life, okay? And I don't mean that lightly. You can change your life with these tips, okay? We've reduced the sugary drinks. We've reduced the sugary snacks. We have learned to walk a lot more, okay? These are all things that are a lot better. We've learned to drink more water. I mean, come on, this is getting back to baselines, the foundations of a healthy human body. So take that framework, you either decide I wanna walk a little bit further from the parking lot, I'm gonna not use the elevator as much, I'm gonna take the stairs, I'm gonna walk during my lunch hour, I can get some of my coworkers, we walk together, or maybe I'm gonna do a solo walk, I just wanna hear nature for a little bit and reset and get prepped. But tell me that's not a win, right? And if you do this every single day, think of yourself in 1 month from now. You take someone, again, that's never walked before, and you start walking them every single day for half an hour outside. Tell me that's not gonna make a massive difference in just their energy and their vibe and just how ready they are for work and life. So that's my favorite tip for that reason. It's the best part of my day. And it's also very good for digestion, right? Instead of going back to your desk after eating, especially if you had a heavy meal, you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm so bloated, or oh, I'm like in a slog. If you walk, it helps you maintain that energy, right? So you get the energy from the food, you go on your nice walk, and then afterwards, you're ready to hit the next part of your day. Okay, we have one more tip left, so let's talk about it. Okay, the last tip here is about your eyes. A lot of us, again, are office workers. What do we use the most? We use our eyes, and we're constantly staring at the screen. I stare at the screen a lot. I'm on my phone at night. I'm on my phone during the day. I'm on the computer during the day. I'm on the computer at night. I'm watching TV. I'm looking at my camera right now. We use our eyes for a lot. So give them a little bit of a break every once in a while, right? Here's a very easy thing you can do that I like to do every once in a while. This is something I'm working towards, but I have been able to integrate it again. You're not gonna have to work out before, do some crazy routine. All I want you to do is about every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, just look away from your screen, okay? Look away from your screen and literally blink. Or maybe you're gonna do one of these. I know it probably looks silly me doing it in front of the camera, but doing one of those, blinking, squinching your face if that's how it is, or maybe just rolling your eyes around like that. Yep, that's gonna help you a lot. Your eyes are gonna thank you so much for it. You ever have those headaches? You feel pressure in your eyes and your face? That's your eyes. Your eyes are like, please, I need some time alone. I need a break. You know, if you're fortunate enough to work with a lot of windows, even if it's a little window, step away from your desk and walk, you know, just like we talked about walking, walk to the window and look outside. It's good to look at things far away and close every once in a while. That's also going to help your eyes. So just make sure you treat your eyes well. And if you want to, these glasses have this like blue filter on them and helps with the rays that come from the monitors. So it also helps me just a little bit with like eyes. And something else you can do is you can download a tool. I think there used to be a very old one called Flux. I don't know if that tool is around anymore. Or you can use an app like Night Shift, you know, and these are native apps that come on your operating systems that you can just use to dim the lights at night or make them a little brighter during the day. You can do things like increasing text size, right? Make the tools that you're using a little more accessible. Some people even do better with different colors, right? So take advantage of the tools you have and fine tune them to do something that works well for your eyes. Because at the end of the day, if you're an office worker like me, and a lot of us, the majority of people nowadays, I feel like are office workers, and a lot of us depend on computers, you want to give your eyes a break, okay? And hopefully these are some tips that can help you out. So let's summarize a little bit about what we've talked about so far, because we've talked about a lot. Okay, so the first thing we talked about is reducing sugary drinks and sugary snacks, or snacks at all, snacks in general. I gave you a framework for doing that. Don't bite more than you can chew. Start small because you'll have big wins later on, okay? Then we talked about water. Talked about a simple framework that you can implement. A couple of cups before lunch, 1 cup during lunch, and then a couple of cups after lunch, okay? And then my personal favorite one, walking, something that can benefit all of us. Okay, I also gave you a framework for that and different things you can try out. You can not take the elevator and take the stairs instead. You can park a little bit further than you normally do, so you have to walk a little more, or you can park at the top of the parking garage. And of course, you can take the best walk of the day, the lunch walk, for all the benefits I listed. And finally, your eyes. Give your eyes a break. They're the best thing that we have as office workers and in life. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the beautiful life that we all have? Okay, so with all that being said, I was very happy to make this video because I myself am very interested in health and fitness and lifespan and health span, all these good things. And I've been seeing an increasing number of people, especially in tech, talking about their health and how they feel. And think about it, when you do all this, right, we live in our temple, right? I think a lot of times people feel like, oh, I feel sad, or I feel beat down because of the work, or maybe I don't like my company, or I don't like the schedule I am. But at the same time, they're doing all these things, right? They're snacking, they're not walking, they're drinking Coke. You know, they're not really giving their body the nutrition it needs, right? The source of energy it needs. And a lot of times, if you treat the foundation, right? You treat what really matters, the body, you treat it right, you might see that other parts of your life start falling into place. That's what I want you to think about, right? If you treat your body right, other parts of your life will fall into place. And then you realize, man, life is great. It was always great. It was just my body that was not feeling the best it can. And now that I'm giving it the tools and I'm doing what's required of it, you know, it's gonna feel a lot better. So that's just one real big takeaway I want you to take away. And with all that being said, I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.